Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
At this pivot hinge for a bookcase door, it would essentially be but it's a bookcase door, and the bottom part of the bookcase is it has cabinet doors. So I would say it probably weighs about 70 to 80 pounds just for the door. And I saw in your video that it's I think an 8-foot door. So I don't know, if this would work out. If you think it could work out, I was wondering how that base, fits into the whole picture.
What base are you referring to?
There's a pivot. It's a set of the pivot hinges itself, and then there's a separate item that says that it goes, with this pivot hinge, and it's called the PB985. It's like a solid brass pivot. Yeah,
I'm familiar with it. Sure, it's the item that you install on the floor and set the door portion of the lower pivot onto. So what's the question about it?
Oh, so I guess I would, I just wanted to clarify, I would need one of those with one set of the pivot hinges, and that would be sufficient to, get the apparatus working?
Maybe. Do you need that bottom portion? Why are you foregoing the bottom portion that it comes with?
Oh, okay. No, so I guess my question is, do I need it at all? So it sounds like I don't need it, actually.
No, don't read into or assume anything I'm saying. So my question to you is that additional item that you've mentioned that gets installed on the floor, do you need that? Meaning, does your installation require that component?
I see. Actually, probably not.
Okay, so then in that case, yeah. If I sell this PH60 10 times, you know how many times I sell that additional piece? If I sell it 100 times, I sell that additional piece. And the reason that people like it is because it's a bit more petite, and you may not have the freedom to attach that big arm to the floor. Do you need to order this scissors type pivot?
Not necessarily. I'm looking at all the different options. So, if there's a better option, maybe you could guide me.
Well, my question is, do you have to order hardware? Do you need some hardware for this door?
Oh, yeah, I definitely need the hardware.
Okay. So you mentioned the door was about 70 or 80 pounds. I think the PH60 is a bit overkill. Why not the smaller version?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's fine. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because, the labor to install it is, probably more than anything else. So that's why I was just I'll just go with the, most heavy duty option. But
that doesn't necessarily make any sense, because the hardware, it'd be like getting a car with a V8 when you just don't need the towing capacity. So the PH60 is for a 200-pound door. You're not even half of that. It's a lot more money compared to the PH40, which is rated for 70 pounds. Is this a residential application?
It is a residential, exactly. But the thing is, what if you put books on the bookcase, etc.?
Well, wait a minute. You said your weight was 70 or 80 pounds. So
I'm sorry, for the bookcase door itself, but then once you actually start putting items.
Well, okay. So what's the weight? What's the weight of your installation going to be?
I would imagine it would probably be 150.
Okay.
That's
yeah. So that's what you're dealing with. You're back at the PH60.
Okay, got it. But do you think for an 8-foot bookcase door, with this, because I saw in your video that you talked about if the door warps or something, there would be an issue.
I don't think that this is a good idea to use as a pivot by means to hang what's not a door. It's a bookcase, is what it is.
Right, it's a bookcase.
Yeah. People use the ABH 0370 for that, the center hung pivot. Who's doing all the installation of this material?
It's my mill worker. So
and what was the expert's recommendation?
Actually, this is what he had recommended. He was like, you need a hinge like this. And so that's why I started doing some research on it, and I came across your video. So I guess I'm not really sure then, you know, what was the other option?
The other option is the ABH 0370. If I do 10 bookcase sales, it's always going to be a pivot like that, an 0370. But, you know, if I can make the assumption you don't make a living as a finished carpenter, I would.
No, I'm just a homeowner.
Okay, I mean, say to the mill worker, listen, I need a bookcase that swings. I'm not sure why you have to take responsibility of selecting hardware, because if it doesn't work, it's conveniently not on him, it's on you. So,
right.
I mean, so I can, will the PH60 work? Yeah, it probably will, but it would not be the right sort of hardware that I've ever seen for a bookcase. It is just for doors that you would see, frankly, when you're in a patient room in a hospital. You've always got a pair of larger doors. They're not doors, they're cabinet doors, but they're overgrown cabinet doors so that the patient can put their personal belongings. Those are heavy. And you'll see scissors pivots like this used in those applications.
I see.
But a bookcase could easily get way beyond what you're planning on. And in fact, you wouldn't need very many books to max out the weight. So the 0370 is rated for 500 pounds. It's completely concealed when it's installed. And also, I can put that into AutoCAD and tell your mill worker where to locate the vertical axis of pivoting, meaning help him figure out where it has to be installed at. So that would that'd be the one that you want to take a look at, the 0370. Do you want me to email you a link to the item?
I actually I found it on your website. Okay. That's fantastic. But how do I, like, for instance, I don't know if he has like an AutoCAD of the actual bookcase, but no, he has. I
wouldn't need that. I could draw the bookcase in AutoCAD and then tell him where the, I would need a rough sketch of what the,
yes,
the jam,
we have that.
Of what, yeah. And once I had that, I could tell him where to locate it.
Oh, that would be so fantastic. Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's really helpful. Maybe you could email me then. That way I can email you back with the sketch. And
Absolutely.
then, okay, that would be wonderful. And then, I guess.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.